guys, Tina here, the Critical Virgo. Welcome back to another Fragrance Fridays. Sorry if you hear a humming noise. I am in the kitchen right now and the fridge is literally to the right of me. And this little girl just would not stop bothering me, so that's why she's here right now. Say hi. So you should already know what I'm talking about because last week I made mention of it when I was talking about Keys by Slumberhouse. Today I want to be talking about Or. It's another one of my favorite fragrances, and honestly if you asked me to pick my favorite between the two, I'd have a really difficult time doing it because they both hold a special place in my heart for different reasons. The bottle, oh look, she wants to go, so I can show you the bottle. Hold on. I have the same like OG bottle as Keist. Looks like this. It has the same etching for the name and the same beautiful cap, and it's just, I don't know, I love this bottle design. I wish they didn't change it. I don't know why they did. Maybe they had a hard time getting it again for whatever reason, but I love this bottle design. Not that the new ones are bad. You get the same amount of mils, but I'll go into that later. Notes on this, I'll give them to you really quick since I'm right here. We got Oakwood, Cocoa, Mahoganny, Guiac, Dittany of Crete, Vanilla, Wisky Lactone, and Peru Resin. Oh my gosh. So I've had this fragrance for about the same amount of time as Keys because I bought them both at the same time. So I want to say it was like 3, maybe 4 years ago. Currently it comes, like I said, in a different bottle. And it retails for $180 for 30 mils. It's an extrait. I think I paid like $160. I don't know why the price went up. Maybe the materials, whatever. Still worth it, okay? Again, I've had this for like 3 or 4 years, and it's something that I wear quite often, and I haven't really put a dent in it because of how strong this is. There are some extracts out there that I'm like, they're really not that strong. You need to spray a lot of it. This one, no. If I had to describe this fragrance, I'd have to warn somebody that it's very thick and it's heavy. So it's best for the cooler months, even though I live where it's hot year round. It's endless summer. I really don't care. And it's really hard to describe because this is one of those scents that pushes that boundary. Actually, this house, just in general, and that's what I love about it. This house pushes that boundary between too much and just enough. It's that really thin line of absolute perfection for me, in my opinion. Overall, it's very boozy. It's woody, resinous, waxy. It's got this cocoa that just lasts. It's one of the very few like cocoa chocolate scents that just go on for forever. Like, it does not disappoint, does not let down, and it's deep, it's rich, it's very realistic. It's not synthetic. It's not like fake chocolatey like I've smelled with a few other fragrances. It's sweet but not cloying, and it's just really smooth and classy, and one of those fragrances that just gets you in the mood for like the holidays, especially for me. That's what I associate that with. That's probably why I've been pulling it out more around this time of year, just because I'm trying to get in the mood, and to be honest, lights on palm trees really just doesn't do it for me. So when you first spray it on, you really get that feeling of those booze and that chocolate, and that woodiness stands out the most. It makes me think of like maybe a really, not a dried piece of wood, but like a freshly cut piece of wood. Oakwood, with what's in it, sounds appropriate because it's definitely not a pine. But oak sounds, and it's not a cedar, Oakwood sounds appropriate. Like doused, soaked even, with a dark liquor. And like you had a pot in the same room, like a really tiny room, with a pot with either like hot cocoa and vanilla in it, or like mommy, I know. Or like chocolate melting with like vanilla beans in it. That's what this fragrance makes me imagine. Keys is very linear on me, and this for the most part runs the same. The thing I will mention is when it dries down, that booziness settles down, I still get that chocolate from beginning to end, like I said. Even though the price per mil could be a little bit much, I know it sounds like a lot, $180 now for 30 mils, but you gotta remember, like, the longevity and the sillage on this are incredible. The sillage is enormous, and I can tell you from months of wearing, years of wearing this, that it will go all day. Definitely you could spray it on the morning, you don't have to touch it up, you still go out at night if you wanted to. I put this on at like, what, 7:30 this morning, and it is currently pretty much 8 o'clock. It's like 7:59. So, and I still smell this. I love that. I love that about this fragrance. I hope the newer bottles and newer formulations are the same. But from what I hear, I think everybody's pretty much a satisfied customer. I actually made mention of Or about 3 years ago when I did my top chocolate fragrances. And I'm surprised it took me this long to do a full review on it. But I mentioned layering this with Profumum Roma Sorriso. So honestly, together, even though this is absolute perfection on its own, I swear that together they just amplify the chocolatiness of one another, and they make this beautiful combination. If you haven't tried it out, I still recommend that you do. If I do an updated chocolate video, then for sure this one's still, they're both gonna remain in there. I do have a few other fragrances that I've picked up along the way, because you know I can't stay away from those chocolate scents. I'm just gonna get this part over with because it's my least favorite part of doing these things. Unisex fragrance for sure. Age range. If you feel comfortable forking over 180 bucks for 30 mils of fragrance, then by all means go for it, but try it before you buy it, because this one is definitely not going to be everybody's cup of tea. Whenever I wear this fragrance, I always have to ask myself, I wonder what Josh was thinking when maybe he had a dream, he came up, or what he was thinking when he came up with the idea for this scent. If you haven't visited the actual Slumberhouse page, then you should, because there's little like quotes and interesting sayings. And for this fragrance, it says, "A swim with the caramel nettles, flooded with dusky murk. Wish I could dream it again." Wonder. Makes you think. But this is, I don't know, I love his work. It's just, he could definitely turn anybody into an indie snob, because the things that I've tried are just so crazy unique, and I think for that kind of creativity, it's definitely worth the price, if you are into that, of course. And it's one of those fragrances that I've seriously been considering. I know it's on back order right now because I looked, but I've seriously been considering picking up like a backup bottle, because if I run out of this, I have to ask myself if I want to do the same for Keys, but if I run out of this fragrance for sure and it's discontinued, I will be heartbroken, because there's nothing else like it for me. Unless if you have a suggestion. I haven't found anything that is this unique with such an amazing cocoa note. But if you have any suggestions, I'm totally open to them, because you guys know I cannot say no to a really good cocoa fragrance. So, hope you guys enjoy this. Till next Friday, guys. Bye. Favorite between the two, I really couldn't. They're like a tie for me. They both hold a very special place in my heart for different reasons. But today I'm going to be sharing Or with you. Comes in a bottle. Really, Mama? Mama, can we talk about this? Can we not play with the golf ball right now? Mommy. Only cat I know that likes golf balls. Can I just put this away for a minute and we'll play with this later, okay? I promise you.
Yes, baby.
I know, baby.